Hey, what's going on, guys? Nick from Hold Here, aka the Amish Billionaire, alongside my partners in crime, Mr. Miyagi, and I believe I have my other little kitty around here somewhere. But we're just hanging out today, and one of the reasons that I wanted to shoot this video is to do a training for you guys, because after much request and a lot of people asking me to do this, after I put up a little post about it, I had a lot of people interested in learning how to really create a blog from scratch, in specifically a WordPress blog. Now, for those of you that don't know what a WordPress blog is, let me just kind of give you the tutorial here. WordPress is one of the most tricky things to learn on your own. It's very tedious, it's time consuming, and I'm sure some of you marketers watching this know that for a fact, to set up. But what I want to do is I want to go over a few things today that are going to help you expedite that process. I want to go through a couple of small things and really the top three things you're going to need to get started taking a blog like the one you're seeing here that was put. Literally, I put this blog together in about 45 minutes. I kid you not. And literally turned it into a monetized blog where I get consistent traffic every single day. And it's not just to my blog, it's to my Facebook, it's to my Instagram, as you can see, and it's to my lead capture pages. So I want you guys to understand that there's a lot that goes into building a WordPress site. There's a lot of things that people don't tell you, especially if somebody comes to you and tells you it's easy. Yeah, run, because they're lying to you. So I want to make this easier for you. I want to make sure that you guys understand what you're getting into and how you can efficiently set one up very quickly, knowing what you need to go into it and what you can expect out of WordPress. Because if you use it right, you can make a ton of money, especially if you're offering a product or service that people legitimately want. Now, one of the key things that WordPress is good about is that it allows you to customize your site. You can make it look any way you want to. WordPress is so endless. It's really, in my opinion, probably the best really the best thing, period, for a website. Now, you probably didn't know this either, but about 60 to 70% of websites online, including Forbes magazine, Times, the New York, major magazines, right, and major publishing sites are blogs. They are official blogs. Blogs are essentially easier to rank than a custom-built website. You've probably seen those commercials all over the TV talking about build your website for free, pay, right? Web.com, Wix.com. Those are great websites, but they're not going to have the same authority as a blog because, to tell you the truth, WordPress blogs are much easier to rank on major search engines like Google and Yahoo and Bing than a standard website. Google can actually crawl your website a lot easier if it's on WordPress. It's just made that way now. So you want to expect, instead of creating one of these cheap freebie websites, to get a WordPress blog because it's going to be easier for you to get your content seen. And after all, if you're trying to establish real estate online, which is your blog, you essentially want to do that. And instead of going out and paying a service hundreds and thousands of dollars, like most services would charge to build you a site like this, why not learn how to do it for free or very low cost, right? Why not learn the skill set so that you could one day turn your skill set into a profitable side income, right? That's actually what I've done for 2.5 years. Just to give you a little bit of background, I actually started online with a company called Empower Network, and I love the company, love what they've done. They actually have a brand new blogging platform called Kalatu that, in my opinion, is one of the easiest methods of building a blog, period, and it uses WordPress. So just to give you an idea, one of the top companies in the industry is using a WordPress blog, right? But anyway, enough about that. I essentially moved on from Empower Network as my main business and started a consulting business where I learned the skill set that I'm about to show you. I perfected it, and I started helping entrepreneurs by building them websites and building them designs like this that are simple, get traffic, that are effective, and just helps people in general, gave value. And that's what's built my brand, the Amish Billionaire, into what it actually is today. So I want you guys to understand there's power behind learning a skill set and how to set up a WordPress blog. And I'm about to show you guys that right now. All right, so a couple of things that I want you to understand about WordPress. First of all, it is time consuming. It's going to take some time if you set it up on your own. If you have an income that you can set aside, like a budget, to set it up, I would recommend hiring someone to set up a WordPress blog. I would recommend hiring somebody to go in and actually do this kind of work for you, because you really, as a new person online, want to start out by selling. You always want to make sure you get the sales. You want to just, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? You just want to make sure you have some kind of established website. And, if your company doesn't offer one, then you're going to have to do it yourself. So I always recommend that you use and brand yourself as an expert. And I always recommend that you pay someone, if you have the budget, of course, to set something up like this when you're first getting started, or pay someone to teach you how to do it. After this training is over, if you'd like some more information on that myself, you can always go to amishbillionaire.com and click coaching. I actually offer a package that will help you do that. So with that being said, let's dive into a little bit more of the bread and butter of a blog. So I pulled up a little list of the top 3 things you're going to need for a WordPress site to work for your business, all right? So these are 3 things that you're going to actually need when you first start out. The first thing that you're going to need is you're going to need to choose a crafty domain name. Now, a domain is essentially a brand, right? It's essentially the www.google.com. Google is one of the highest ranked authority domain names. It has become the biggest search engine in the world, and it got there back in the 1998 by Google purchasing a domain. The company purchased a domain by the name of google.com. So your domain name is going to be your name. It's going to be your website name. Mine is amishbillionaire.com. Most of all of my blog posts, my lead capture pages, everything that I use for my business is tied into this. For example, my coaching package is coaching.amishbillionaire.com. And as you can see, you can go here and apply for a free consultation with me. It's about a 15-minute free consultation if I choose you on how to grow your business, right? So just to give you an idea of how simple it actually is. Now, I'm going to go more into that later on. Right now, I want to make sure that we stick to the basics. I want to show you guys how to start from scratch. So, number 1, the domain name. You're going to need to come up with something clever, something crafty that will brand you as an authority, as a leader, as an expert in your niche. If you're a health-minded expert, you could say Health with Jimmy. Let's say your name is Jimmy. Healthwithjimmy.com, right? That's a good crafted name. It's a good domain name because it lets people know about your site, what they can expect, and of course your name is in it. Very cool, right? Number 2, you're going to need a lead capture service. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you want people to come to your site and you want to track who comes to your site and who's interested in your product or service, right? You're going to need a lead capture service. You're going to need something that essentially will capture their information. Now, here's a secret, and I'm going to give you a little tip here. I've actually charged money to people that have a decent amount of money to give this secret out to people. When you are trying to get information from someone, when you're trying to retrieve their email, their phone number, to follow up with them once they read your information on your blog, you want to make sure that you give value to them in exchange for that. In other words, when you're setting up your blog, you need to have your target market in mind, okay? Your target market is essentially who you're going to be offering your product or service to. So when your healthwithjimmy.com site, you don't need to be blogging about video games. You need to be blogging in relation to health-related topics or your business that's in relation to health-related topics. Now, when you ask for the lead capture, when you ask for the lead is an email. The lead is a phone number. The lead is an address. How do you actually set that up? Well, again, we'll go more into that in another training. I just want to tell you right now that you need a lead capture service. The one I recommend is aweber.com. A-W-E-B-E-R. Let me spell that out for you guys. aweber.com. Or you can also use getresponse.com if you're a little bit more technically savvy online learning things. If you're a newbie, I always recommend Aweber. Aweber is very simple to set up. You can put a form in each and every one of your pages, right? And it allows you to capture the email on any page that you want, right? So we'll start with that. Number 2 is the lead capture service. You got to have that set up. Aweber, you can actually get it for $1 for your first month, and it's $20 after that. It's a really good deal. Number 3, you have to have, and most importantly, in my opinion, a business or service in mind. You have to have a plan, guys. You have to have something that you're promoting. Otherwise, a blog is just a blog. It's just there for information. Now, it's great to have a website to give value to people, but realistically, if you're paying for a blog, which I'm going to show you how to set up in just a minute, you're going to have something that you're offering, a product, a service. It could be anything, guys. It could be a coaching service like I offer here. It can be multiple things. It can be a coaching service, a business, or it can be a product like my Get More Leads product here. Just to show you guys, I do offer this powerful tool for business owners, how to get more leads for your business, right? This is a page that I've set up inside of my blog that people can go to. And I offer it for only $17. So again, I get a decent amount of sales just from this one thing that says get more leads. So just to give you guys an example here, that is literally one of the best examples of a service. It's a product that you're trying to promote on your website. Now, every blog is going to look different, right? If you set it up as a commerce blog, a commerce being you're selling products or services on there, it's going to do nothing but sell. Mine is a mixture. It sells and gives value. When you're starting a business online, you typically want to give value first so that way you can establish a following. You can establish an authority. You can have people follow you. Like, for example, people can go to my Facebook, my Twitter, my YouTube account, and they can follow my blog just by clicking up here. And I get a decent amount of traffic from people that do that on a daily basis, right? So again, just recapping the three things you need. You need a domain name, which establishes you as a credible authority, right? It basically is going to tell your audience what your site is about. You need a lead capture service, which is essentially going to capture the emails of people when they come to your website in exchange for your value or product that you give them. And I'm going to go more into that at the end of this training. And then thirdly, a business or service or a product that you're selling in mind. So that way you can make it worth your time by putting together this very long and drawn out blog that's going to take you time or take part of your money that you're going to pay someone else to do. Does that make sense, guys? So if you're following me, if you love this training so far, go ahead and leave a comment below. I just want to make sure that I set up the top 3 things you'll need for a website for WordPress for it to work at your business. Now, how do we begin? Where do we start? Nick, how do I get my blog set up? Glad you asked. So there are multiple ways to set up a WordPress blog, okay? You can go and get a free one from WordPress.com. Now, here are the drawbacks to that. A free WordPress blog will not allow you to sell on it. It is illegal, or not illegal, but it is banned, if you will, from being able to sell anything on your WordPress blog. You can't promote anything on a blog that will have anything to do financially. WordPress is pretty picky about this. They don't want people doing that. They only want people giving value and creating a blog for non-profit purposes. Okay? So if you're planning on creating a blog, you're going to have to do one of 2 things. Okay? You're going to have to A, purchase a domain name and a blog from a website, which I'm about to show you here the easiest way to do it in just a minute. Or B, you're going to have to choose a program or a business that allows you to have one created for you. Now, again, my recommendation, guys, and just going here and showing you, is the Kolatu blog with Empower Network. Just to show you guys this. The Empower Network platform is now based around its flagship product, which is the viral blogging system. They actually use Kolatu, which is a very powerful domain authority. It gets over 550,000 visitors every single month. So it's super, super simple to rank a web page. If you're in the health and wellness business and you want to create a blog post about health and wellness, chances are you're going to get on the front page of Google within a matter of hours with Kolatu. Versus if you do it on your own, it's going to take longer. You might end up on the 4th or 5th page, which is not going to generate as much traffic. Does that make sense, guys? Your bottom line for having a blog is you want to create traffic. You want eyeballs on it. You want people to get value in exchange for those emails. You want people to fill out your coaching. You want people to buy your products. In order to do that, you have to make sure that your stuff gets seen. So you want to make sure that you are getting your stuff seen. And again, the easiest way to do it is to actually set up an account with someone that is doing it for you. Now, that's one way. The second way is you can purchase a web domain. If you're not all about joining a business, that's perfectly fine. To save money, you can take the less expensive route and go and purchase your own. I recommend GoDaddy.com. Now, GoDaddy is very, very highly well known for its domains, for its website design, for its web hosting. It's very well known also for getting some great deals when you first start up a blog. Okay? Now, you're probably wanting to get started by creating a website. How do you do that? Where do you get the best deals, right? Well, GoDaddy's actually running a deal right now where all their domains are plus a website and an email account, even a personal email, which is really cool. You can actually get it starting at just $1 per month. Now you're going to want to go to GoDaddy.com and click Get Started. And what this is going to do, guys, is take you over here to where you can get a domain name. Now, this goes back to where I told you step one. You're going to need a domain name. So let's say Health with Jimmy, right? Let's say your name is Jimmy and you want to have a health and wellness. So we'll go healthandjimmy.com. So we'll go to search and see if it's available. Let's see if somebody has it. The right one's out there, try again. So it looks like somebody already has this one. So watch. The recommendations are Fitness with Jimmy, which is really good too, healthwithjimmy.co, and healthwithjimmy.org. Most people know .org sites as informational, so you might want to go with something like Fitness with Jimmy or healthwithjimmy.co. So let's select .co. All right. So again, let's go and it'll tell you exactly what you're going to get here. So for $1 per month, okay, annual purchase required. So in other words, you do have to pay $1 per month for 12 months. You're basically going to have to pay $11.99 up front, which is a hell of a deal because you're only paying $1. Okay? You're only paying $1 per month. You're paying it all up front, so there's no fees. Great deal. I didn't get that deal. I actually pay $6.99 a month for mine. So here's what you'll do. You'll go to select, okay? And we're going to go here to select. And you'll notice that it automatically charges you the $12, gives you a starter email, a personal site developer, and your domain, healthwithjimmy.com. You're just going to go ahead and go to proceed with checkout, okay? So you're going to click here and go to proceed with checkout. It's going to show you your total savings, which is awesome. Now, once you get done, you're going to basically have your own website, healthwithjimmy.co. Now, how do you access it, right? How do you actually get into the WordPress part of it? Glad you asked. Let's go in here to My Account. By now, you should have already created an account. If you haven't, you just go in and create a free account. GoDaddy actually makes you do one if you they actually make you create one before you purchase anything, which is a good thing, so you'll know all your information. So bear with me, guys. I'm going to have to go here and get my login details. I probably got to change it after this because I kind of forgot about that. Sorry. Okay. Yep, just ignore all that. Okay, cool. All right. So again, I'm just going to have to go in and probably change that password, but that's okay. So you're log in with your username and your password, and it's going to take you to your back office here. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to see a couple of different tabs. You're going to see domains, web hosting, and email. Let's disregard the email for now because that's something that's different, right? You're actually not going to need that. What you're going to do is you're going to go into web hosting. So we're going to click manage, okay? And it's going to take you to a page that looks exactly like this, all right? Looks Amish Billionaire up and running with no issues. It does take them a little while to set your new account up, so just bear with it. Now, once you get this set up, guys, it's going to take you into a back office that's going to show your hosting details. Now, there's going to be a couple of things you're going to need to do. The first thing you're going to need to do is make sure that you install the WordPress application, okay? Now, what this does, this won't actually show up here. You're going to have to go to Show All, okay? And it's going to pull up a list of applications. You're going to click WordPress right here, and you're going to click Install WordPress. It's going to be right here. Once you get that installed, that's what's going to set up WordPress on your account. Now, if you try to access your account before WordPress is installed, it's going to look all funky and weird. It's going to look all like strange to you. So what you're going to do, once you install WordPress, is you're going to actually have to save this real quick. You're going to go to your personal site. For example, Health with Jimmy, or in my case, amishbillionaire.com. You're going to type in /WP, which is WordPress, -ADMIN, and click OK. Now, what this is going to do, since mine's already logged in, it's probably going to end up taking me to a duplicate here. Yep, it is. So let me log out and show you guys exactly what's going to happen. Alright, so when you're first accessing your WordPress site, you're going to be brand new. It's going to say username and password right here. You're going to click register. Alright, what this is going to do is it's going to register your site. It's going to basically set up a WordPress username and your email account, which will get a customized password to log into your WordPress. Now, you're going to set up a username. A username is something that you specifically will choose to log into WordPress. In this particular case, what you're going to do is you're going to click and enter an email, or enter a username. Mine is Nick728. Then you're going to enter your best email. Once you do that, GoDaddy's going to send you a little something that says a little bit something like this: welcome to your WordPress. When you click it, it's going to have your password down here, right? It's going to show a brand new password in the email. You're just going to copy that password. You're going to come back here, and you're going to enter it right there. Now, once you log in, you're going to see a little bit that looks like this. Awesome, right? Now, you're not going to see any of this or any of this or anything else. You're not going to see any of this either. This is a fully customized WordPress blog. Keep that in mind, guys. What you're going to see is basically about 5 or 6 tabs: posts, media, pages, comments, feedback. You're going to see appearance, plugins. There's not going to be anything there. Users, settings. You're going to see a couple of basic things like that. Now, what do? You just got started. You just got your WordPress account set up, guys. You got the hardest part of it done. That's the awesome news. All right? Now, what do you really need when you're setting up a WordPress? What do you honestly really need when you're starting to set up a new WordPress account? Let's take some notes here. So, WordPress 101. The first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to pick a theme, guys. You're going to have to pick something that is fitting, something that will fit toward your domain. If it's health with Jimmy, you might want to get something more greenish, right? Because green does represent vegetables, which represents health, right? Just a recommendation. You want to make your site look good, because when you first set it up, it looks pretty ugly. I mean, it looks barren. It looks straight up white, black, blue, whatever the color is of WordPress. In GoDaddy's case, it's green, I think. So what you want to do is you actually want to go down here to where it says Appearance, and you actually want to click Themes. Okay? WordPress is really cool, guys. It has a ton of things you can search for. You can actually go up here to where it says Add New, and you see all these themes I've downloaded in the past to test out, right? You want to go here to Add New Themes, and you just want to look at all the featured and popular themes, right? For somebody who's doing a business like mine, for example, I would recommend something basic to start out. Not something too complicated, just something real simple, right? In which case, WordPress does come with a couple of themes. They have 2012, 2013, and 2014. Those are just theme names. They're basically there to help you. They're already set up for you. You notice there's a ton of different things like Generate Press, Spacious, that are really, really cool looking, but they're also very difficult to set up, guys. I would stick with something very simple for now until you get good at it. Or, like I was telling you earlier, if you have the budget, go in and actually pay somebody to set up your account for you the way you want it. Most people don't charge a ton, but you will come out of pocket a little bit to get it set up the way you want. Now, this looks like a pretty decent one here, SmartLine Lite. Now, the one I would recommend personally is one I've been using anyway. So let's go back here a page. Let's go ahead and use themes. Let's use mine. Let's use Admired. Admired's a pretty basic theme, right? Nothing too complicated about it. It's a mobile app version as well. That's one of the most important things, is finding a theme that is mobile friendly. Mobile friendly means on a cell phone, a tablet, or a smartphone, you will have a nice looking blog. Okay, that's the very important thing to go after, is one that's mobile friendly, because otherwise it's going to take so long to load your blog, and it's going to be quite annoying. Now, when you're ready to customize it, I would click Customize here. Alright, so when you click Customize, it's going to bring up a couple of things. It's going to say you're customizing what? Well, you're customizing this blog. Okay, so essentially the site title and tagline are the first things that will show up on this. Welcome to Nick Fromhol's blog, also known as the Amish Billionaire. So that's my site title and tagline. Now I can choose to put a image right below this. I don't though. I don't want to clutter my blog up too much. I want people to see my image right here, and I'm going to show you guys that widget here in just a minute. And I'm going to explain to you what a widget is for those that are still new. Now you can choose colors. Mine is just a white background because I like it simple. I could choose a background image if I like, but again, I don't like to clutter things. But you can make it look how you guys want. If you have a nice, cool background image, it'll show up back here, guys, and it looks pretty good sometimes, but I don't like the extra clutter. I like people to go straight into my topics. Navigation, that's this menu right here, and I'm going to show you how to set that up in a minute. That's putting links up here inside your blog. Widgets going into it are basically the little things over here. The widget for my picture, the widget for my Instagram, for people to like it and comment, the widget for my brand new business page that's less than a week old, my most popular stuff that people visit a lot, including my story, my latest work. They can search my website, and then of course a little banner that is part of my main business opportunity here. They click it, it goes to my link. Watch this, guys. I've right-clicked it, boom, it goes to my business page. See? Pretty cool, right? It just basically takes people straight to my business opportunity. So your blog, again, is just there to set up, for people to see. Now, getting back into it. That's the sidebar, that's the widgets. Let's go back. And then finally, if you want to, you can set up a static front page. A static front page is a page that bloggers will come to when they get to your site. They won't see your blog post, your new stuff. Instead, they're going to see this main page. Maybe this main page says, check out my blogs, check out my other blogs. It could be. You could set up a static page. But you're going to have to go in and actually set it up under pages in order to have it set up that way. So that is essentially customizing your blog. So no changes were made, so we're going to click OK. It's going to take us back to themes. Now, once you've done your theme, once you've set up the theme, right, once you've got it set up here, we're going to leave the page, your blog is going to look a little something like this. And we're going to visit it just to show you what it looks like. Now, it won't have all this cool stuff, but it'll have home page, and it'll have blank, blank, blankety blank, nothing there. It'll have blank, blank, blankety blank, but it'll look like this, so it'll be customized. It'll have the little icons, but you're going to have to add those. It'll have it fully set up for you. In other words, a theme has now been added to your account. Okay? So all this other stuff is not going to be here just yet. You have to go in and set it up. Now, how do we do that? Well, we're going to go to Dashboard by hovering over and clicking Dashboard. And we're going to start by creating a blog post. Now, you want to fill your blog post up with your target market and what they want to read. So if you're in personal fitness with Jimmy, right, or fitness with Jimmy, you want to talk about fitness and personal health related stuff. So maybe I would recommend creating a blog post to start out about you and about why you're creating this blog, what you can expect your readers to read. In other words, what you're trying to give off value-wise, right? So what you want to do is you want to go to Post and click Add New. Now, the cool thing about this is it's very easy to set up. Now, guys, this is where WordPress gets a little bit tricky, okay? You're not going to see all this stuff here. This is actually extras that I've downloaded. These are plugins, right? You're going to see some basic stuff like text color. You're going to see a font size changer. You're going to see underline, bold, italics. You're going to see just some basic stuff. Now, WordPress, again, back to it, it's very tricky to learn at first. I'm just teaching you guys the basics of how it works. I want you guys to get a feel for WordPress. I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed at first because learning this is going to take some time. It took me, literally, guys, over 3.5 months because I did it myself. What I always recommend is to find a mentor, somebody who can teach you how to do this, right? My purpose today was to create this just to show you the basics. It wasn't intended to do a full-on training course because that's something that I value my time, that I will personally teach you if you like, but today I just want to go over some simple stuff with you. If you're interested in learning WordPress, if you want that as part of your package, you can go to my website at amishbillionaire.com, click the tab that says coaching, and I'll be more than happy to set up a coaching package for you that will go in and I'll teach you WordPress from the very beginning. Sorry guys, my cats are all going crazy, especially my little one here. Little Chinese cats, what we call him, Mr. Miyagi. But anyway, back to my story here. So when you're adding a new post, right, the one thing you actually want to do is you want to start by putting something out there that's related to your topic or your target market. So it can be something like, welcome to my fitness blog. So then you want to type out something like, welcome to my fitness blog. My name is Jimmy. And then you can actually talk a little bit more about your story, right? Maybe put your story here. Whoop, I can't type today. Your story here, okay? And you can just tell people about your story. If you want to actually do a little bit more than that, you can. You can add pictures by going over here and clicking where it says Add Media. You can actually upload pictures and videos if you want. If you have a video, you can go to Insert from URL, go to your video hosting account like youtube.com, and put that link right here, right? And then you can just insert it into the post. Or you can go to Insert Media by uploading files from your computer. So you can just go here, upload a file, click Open, it'll upload it into your media library. As you can tell, I have a ton of pictures in my media library. All of these are used for blog posts, right? So again, you can add media by clicking Add Media, and it'll put it right there. It'll put it exactly where you want it. If you have your cursor right there and you click Add Media, it'll put it right there. And then you can just click and drag it. Very simple, guys, to move things around inside of a blog post. Okay. Now, once you're done, you can go over here to click Publish. Now, what it's going to do when you publish it, it's going to put it on the front page of your blog. All right. So I'm going to show you an example of a blog that I've done. All right, I actually did a 4-part blog series out of 10 that total the other day. I'm going to go ahead and trash this, guys. This is part 4, and I just want to show you guys a blog that I've been working on. I actually put together a 10-part series on the most common things that people have problems with and top 10 list of ways to succeed in your business, right? Top 10 things that you can overcome in your business. Now, I'm going to show you this. So I put together a little bit of a blog, right? No pictures yet. I haven't shot the videos for it yet, but I am going to put a video in there. Now, once I was done, you notice that at the very bottom, I put a call to action. Want to work directly with me? Fill out an application. Where do you think that goes, guys? That goes to my coaching application. So that goes to people where they can fill out my free application and apply for business coaching, right? Or they can go to my other blog posts, the ones, that 10-part series. They can go to part 3, part 5. They can view any of that. And you notice that once I got done, I clicked Update. Now, what happens is when I click Update, we're going to go up here to Visit Site. Look at that. Puts it on my front blog post, okay? Now, I've got it set up to where I only view 1 at a time, okay? You can view 3, 5, 7 at a time. You can choose to view a summary, or you can do the whole blog post. I like my blog to be kind of long because I want people to read my stuff. So I choose, for them to basically view 1 post at a time. And then, of course, they can go back and forth by clicking the link here. They can go to block 3 or block 5 if they wanted to. That's just how I like to do it. But you can set it up differently however you like. Now that I've taught you how to do a post, you can, of course, create pages as well. Now, what's the difference between a post and a page? A page is essentially a setup. It's a page on your profile, okay? Now, if I would have done a post, right, if I would have done a blog post, I wouldn't have been able to put it up here. If I did a page allows me to set it up to where in my header, which is up here, I can create a page. For example, this is my About Me page. So people can learn about me. They can learn about my story. They can read my story. They can read what I've gone through, and they can read more about my personal life, okay? So they can get an idea of where I've been and what I do in the industry, right? That's called a page, guys. And although it looks like a post, it's completely different because I've got a page set up. Now, what is a page as well? Another example of a good page is this, my coaching page, okay? Or my Get More Leads page, right? How did I set those up? How do you make those look different from your blog post? Well, that's going to lead into my next topic, which is called plugins, all right? Plugins are one of the best features of having a WordPress blog. I don't know if you've ever been to a website that sells anything, maybe a website that's pretty much selling like scarves or whatever they're selling, right? Product of some kind. They have what's called commerce plugins. plugins that make their website able to take payments, right? That is a unique feature of WordPress that you can't get on a customized website unless it's built for you. WordPress, you simply can go to plugins and install a brand new plugin. Now, one of the plugins that I have used for a very long time is called InstaBuilder. Guys, this is a very expensive plugin. What it does is it allows you to create pages. It allows you to create customized pages on your website. It allows you to go in and turn a page into a lead capture page. It allows you to turn a page into a sales page or a video page, right? Instead of it being a blog post. And I'm going to show you an example of that. I'm actually going to show you guys how I've actually set this up as a lead page instead of a blog post. Now, if I were to, for example, how to get more leads for my business. If I were to keep this as a blog post, right? Let me show you guys exactly what it looks like when I just use it as a blog post. It's not going to look right at all. In fact, it's actually going to look, oops, sorry, I got to update it. My bad. Let me update real quick. Be making changes. Say hello to Miyagi. Hey. All right. Oh. So preview changes here. We're going to go to preview and watch what happens. It's going to turn me into a blog post. This don't look right, right? So how do we fix that? Well, InstaBuilder allows me to turn it into a landing page or a sales page, if you will. I simply have the plugin enabled and I click check mark. Now, if you purchase InstaBuilder, it is, I believe, $97. If you're interested in InstaBuilder, just shoot me a comment below or connect with me on my Facebook page that's inside of my link below, and I'll give you the InstaBuilder software for a little bit cheaper deal. With that being said, let's go here and let's go to update again. When I recheck the box that says turn it into a page. Calm down, little man. You okay? And we're going to click preview again. Now watch what happens when I preview it. Boom. We're right back to where we were. Pretty awesome, right? It's pretty awesome. So I've gone and basically set up a lead page. Really cool, right? What I do to set it up is once I get InstaBuilder installed, which is going to be a training on a whole different level, you just basically go down here to the little tabs, like main tab to set up your wording. You got your video tab to attach your video from your source. Again, this is a whole different ball game, but I just want to show you guys a plugin. This is a great example of a plugin. Just to show you how you can turn a page from a blog post into a page, right? So that way you can sell your products on. There's other plugins as well. I'm just going to show you a couple of cool ones that I use, especially to get people to share my stuff. I actually have one called Dig that's really good. It puts a floating bar on the left side, so it's got your Facebook, your Google+, your YouTube profile where people can follow you and share your stuff. It's really cool. Social media is very important. Instagram slider widget. This is really good. It's a free plugin that I've got to attach that Instagram thing on the sidebar of my widget bar, which I'm about to show you guys here in just a minute, so people can follow me on Instagram. I have mobile site redirect and mobile website builder. Due to mobile is really good and it's free. It allows you to turn your website into a mobile version. In other words, if your theme did not have a mobile friendly version, this plugin right here is going to allow you to do that. I highly recommend you get it anyway, just in case. SEO plugins for me to rank my blog post easier. Again, that's something that I'll teach you inside of my specialized coaching session to allow you. This is just basically going to be for the beginners. And a couple of other things like that you can go in and use. So again, those are just some really cool examples of plugins that I've been able to use to not only get my blog post ranked easier, but to set up my website. So plugins, big factor. Got to have plugins. Now, basically, we're at the end, guys. We're at the end of this training session where I've gone over how to establish your domain. I've gone over how to set up your hosting, how to set up your WordPress account, how to log into your site, how to set up a theme, how to set up plugins to optimize, how to create a post, how to create a page. Now I want to end with how to make your website look a little bit prettier, right? The sidebar. You guys remember the sidebar over here, right? Let's go back to my blog, and I'll show you guys what it looks like again. You'll notice on the right side here I've got some really cool stuff, like my name, a little bit of about my story, my Instagram here, my Facebook like box, most popular stuff. How do you set all that up? How do you get that there? Well, glad you asked. This is where we go into the widgets section. Widgets, basically your sidebar, just to narrow it down for you. You're going to get a ton of them to start out. For example, available widgets. You're going to see things like blog subscriptions, calendar, categories, custom menu. You can add a custom menu if you'd like. Facebook like box. Okay, that's a big one that I always recommend. It puts your Facebook page on your sidebar so people can visit you, right? It connects your social media accounts. I always recommend when you set up a blog post or a WordPress blog to put your social media accounts all over it so people can connect with you if they want to find you. Okay? Gravatar profile. If you're not familiar with Gravatar, Gravatar is basically a way for you to set up your own account. You need a Gravatar to really honestly operate a WordPress account if you're going to set up a free WordPress account. You don't need it if you're setting up a paid one like GoDaddy, for example, but if you're doing a free WordPress account, then you're going to have a Gravatar anyway. They make you create one. It basically is a mini bio of yourself that people can go and see. You got your image jetpack. If you get InstaBuilder from me, you're going to have all kinds of cool stuff, like being able to embed a video. You're going to have a pop-up image if you wanted to, opt-in sidebar so you can put your Aweber form into there, which I'll go into more detail about that if you purchase InstaBuilder from me or if you decide to get my full coaching package that I have a discounted price now on. I'll go into more detail on how to set that up. Instagram slider. You've got pages, recent comments from people if they comment on your page, which I always ask for people to comment on my posts. And then you can always enter HTML or text. All right. So let me just show you an example of a few things that I've got set up on mine. All right. One of the first things I've got set up on mine is the Instagram slider. Okay. That allows me to enter my username for Instagram so people can connect with me. They click my pictures, it takes them to my Instagram. Boom. On my main sidebar, I've also got a few things. I've got some text boxes, which allow me to enter HTML to set up my blog. Now, guys, feel free to cut and copy this if you like. This is basically the code, HTML code, which is one of the things I've trained myself on that has allowed me to essentially go in and set up shortcuts or links inside of my sidebar. So people click my link, it'll take them to my business page, right? These are just some things that I've learned that over time, as you get better and better, if you teach yourself this is a skill set that you can learn to monetize, right? These are just a couple of things that I've been able to learn. So I've got, hey, my name's Nick Fromhold. I've got my link here to my picture online. So again, it just goes into my picture, right? So it shows my photo with me and my girlfriend. Then it shows my capture page, the.amishbillionaire.com. And then it says click here now, and I'll show you the shortcut I used to quit my job in the last year and pursue my real passion of playing poker and helping others succeed. So again, I've got that. I've also got click my pics below to follow Instagram. Now, the cool thing about the Instagram plugin or the Instagram plugin that I've installed is that it basically gives me the form code already by just going in and moving the Instagram slider over there. It'll walk you through that when you download it, so I'm not going to go into full detail. I've got my Facebook like box. Okay, so I click and drag that over here, and I've entered my Facebook page name. I've entered my box of how big I want it to be, my color scheme, light, dark, or blue, and a little title to go along with it. I tell people to follow me. I like people following me. My top post, which is my most popular stuff. It's 3 images of my most popular blog posts or pages. In other words, my most popular stuff that people visit a lot. My coaching package is one of them because people love to get training from me because I help them, right? Categories, my latest work, so it shows people a drop-down box. They can basically go in and see my latest stuff. And then last but not least, a little text bar with my banner. Again, feel free to copy this, guys. What you'll do is you'll put your link here for your website. So in other words, you'll put your website link right there to your business or your product page, right? Then you'll put the source code, which you can feel free to copy this. This is where I got it from, of where the picture is located online. I got it from another website, so of course I just copied their link and put it right here, so you guys can copy that as well. I'll leave it up for just a minute for you guys to look at. So again, I appreciate you guys attending this, and I appreciate you guys checking out this awesome training. on how to build a WordPress blog from scratch. As you can see, it's quite a bit of information, so you're probably going to have to go over this video multiple times. You're probably going to have to browse it several times. You're probably going to have to start learning, and it's going to be an uphill battle at first, guys. I'm always going to tell people that it's never easy. But once you master this skill and once you set up a WordPress account or WordPress blog, it's super simple to get traffic. It's super simple to get people to visit your blog, because once you start putting out posts, you start putting out content, and I always recommend 1 to 2 posts a day for 90 days straight. You're going to start seeing your blog grow. You're going to see your traffic grow. You're going to see more people visiting your site, opting into your capture pages, checking out your content, buying your products, and that's the idea, right? You want to make sure that you share your products, you share your blog posts all over social media and all over your accounts, because you want people to see your stuff. And especially if you hire somebody to do your blog and it looks professionally done, you want to make sure to get it out in front of people. People are always going to be curious about new things like this. They're always going to be curious about how to create stuff like this, especially if they're beginners. And most people don't know the power of a blog. Most people just don't even realize that a blog is here to help you. It's here to grow your business. It's your own piece of real estate online. The more you put out there, the more pieces of real estate, the more people will notice, the more properties you have for people to look at. And if they like your property, they're going to buy from you. They're going to buy your service. They're going to buy your products. They're going to buy your property. They're going to buy whatever it is that you're selling, as long as you communicate your message well. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this training, and I really hope that you enjoyed everything, and I hope you got some real value out of this. And remember, guys, if you're lost, if you just need help getting started, or if this is just too much for you to set up at first and you don't want to waste the time or spend the time to do it, you need to remember to hire someone that will do it for you. And guys, I've been in business for a long time, for over 2.5 years. I've made quite a bit of money. I've had $100 days. I've had $1,000 days. And, for me, I love helping, and I love coaching, and I love mentoring people. And if this is what you're looking for, I recommend you go to my blog at amishbillionaire.com, click the coaching package, right? And I want you guys to check out what I can offer you and my experience online as a marketer that will allow you to grow your business. Remember, I'm here to help you, and anytime that I can help you is an opportunity for me to succeed further in the business. Again, guys, my name is Nick Fromhold, aka the Amish Billionaire. I'm super glad you got some value from this training. Please feel free to leave some comments below this video if you really enjoyed it. I know it's been a long one, but I hope you guys really got some great value from it. And again, below this video, there's going to be a link to my coaching, a link to connect with me on Facebook, because I would love to hear your feedback. And there's also going to be a way for you to comment and leave your thoughts and feedback on this training, and maybe how I can improve the next training that I do for you guys. So, Nick Fromhold, guys, the Amish Billionaire. Talk to you soon.